grab a drink then?
I may mute because someone's in the shower and the boiler is now right next to my PC and it's just growling away. I don't know if you can hear that, but
No, we can't. But that was the
Okay.
first words live on the stream after a short break.
Yay.
So, hello and welcome back to Of Dice and Destiny. God, this is going to be a great night.
It is. I have a cat on my mouse.
Again.
Yeah, she's using the dock as a head warmer right now.
God. So yeah, tonight's going to be an absolutely great night for all of our visitors and regular watchers of the show. Do appreciate you being here, and we hope you enjoy what we have in store for you tonight. Couple of quick announcements. The Discord D&D Void, it is getting busier, and we would appreciate it if you would be you're more than welcome to join us on the D&D Void on Discord. And we would really, really, really like to get players for a brand new games that are coming up, set of games that are coming up called Games of Glory. This is an open table for as many teams of 4 people as you wish to put forward, i.e. yourselves and your friends, and you can pit yourselves against the veteran crews in a gladiatorial combat and series of challenges each and every week. So, with that news out of the way, I think it's about time that we, first of all, say hello to everyone at the table.
Hello.
Hello.
So, good news is we've got everyone there. Whether you can hear them or not is a different matter. And the second thing that we need to do tonight is get into the show with tonight's recap from the last session. Does anyone have good enough memory? And no, Jude, we're not going over your notes. I know your notes are good. Nope. Okay, well then. So, in that case, then I guess it's down on me.
I ain't got good memory this time.
So, in the last episode, fair enough. In the last episode, which we aptly named Tailored Lies, the show ended with you pretty much outside Lord Whitestaff's property. And from there, it was a case of simply walking in and knocking on the door and meeting the poor fellow. But there was a few things that you managed to pick up on your journey and in conversation with James and Victoria, such as the potential whereabouts or movement of Aura, and the fact that she was potentially going to be at St. Barrow's Annex, otherwise labelled with the initials SBA on the transfer note. James and Victoria identified it as a former chapel or hospice, which had been turned into a civic recovery house under the Black Glass writ. And there was hints that people would come out of there, quote unquote, different. And that was if they came out. But the streets behind you have narrowed into silence. Not an empty silence, but a rather expensive one, shall we say. The kind that is maintained by polished stone, closed curtains, and servants trained to not look surprised. Behind you, Penn Willis's checkpoint faded into into the controlled rhythm of Londinium's second layer, and ahead of you stands Lord Whitestaff's residence. A building of white stone and marble, black iron gates, and various gargoyles made out once again of some white marble granite-like stone. And the door itself that's before you just seems too clean to have ever known anything other than wealth here. It's just too cleanly polished. And as you walk through the gates to head up this long path towards the front doors, you can see either side of you this perfectly trimmed lawn, either side, with perfect flower beds laid out in rows of various different blooming flowers for the current season. Some which you recognise, like roses and cosmos and those sorts of plants. Others that are a little unfamiliar to those of Earth. But for you, Osiris, you would know them as weed knots. They look pretty, but only one point during the year. The rest of the time they're considered a weed. But these are strange little flowers, all dotted all around the garden in various beds. One point, as you're walking down the path, you see a couple of nice trees bearing fruit. Not uncommon in this part of the town of Londinium. Tempted though you are by the rather ripe, juicy apple that's hanging off of it, you're looking at the tree and you decide probably best not to, as it seems to be a more ornamental apple tree than an actual fruit tree that you can eat. But that's being all beside the point, and the scenery being very, very nice and cozy. In Jess's possession, you have a letter addressed to Lord Whitestaff. Steve, in your satchel, you have a bottle of Jack Daniels that God knows where that...
I think it was 2 bottles, actually.
No, it was just the one.
Oh, just one. All right.
No, fairly certain it was just the one. It's a rarity in this part of the world. The second one was drunk, if you recall, by Lord Whitestaff himself.
Oh, yeah, right.
But in the back of all of your minds sits St. Barrow's Annex. The third night bells toll. And the words that were inscribed on the transfer notes, Aura's hands must not be damaged. So with that weighing heavily on your minds, walking up this path, what are you doing?
So, Steve is obviously disguised.
Mm-hmm.
And he is just scoping out the area, like if anything of notice is around him.
Roll a perception check for me, please.
Sure. Perception.
First roll of the night.
Let's go.
Let's see how good this will be. Ooh!
Ooh.
On a 21, as you're looking around, walking up towards the front door, you spot a few of the gardeners in the area,
Mm-hmm.
and they are quite clearly looking at keeping things like various hedges trimmed and neat. You spot couple of what look to be birds of prey
Mm-hmm.
in a couple of the slightly taller trees towards the back of this rather large estate.
Yeah, do these birds of prey look domesticated or?
They look like they are definitely patrolling the skies around this area, and they do appear to have, from your 21, nesting spots in the trees within this garden. Not necessarily domesticated, but quite probably fed and loyal.
Yeah, gotcha. Do you want me to describe Steve's disguise self?
It would be interesting to know what we see when we open the door. Yes.
All right, so Steve is hunched down a little.
Mm-hmm.
His brown hair is now a pearl or like a ash white tone, or an ash gray. Sorry. His face looks older, and his sword is acting as his, like he has his sword and sheath out, and it's disguised as a cane.
Okay. Good to know.
Ooh. That's a good disguise.
Thank you.
As you all continue up this path, this good 10-15 minute walk from the gates to the house. Well, I say house. It's more of a mansion. Probably one of the few in this area that has been afforded such luxury. And probably with good reason too. And if it's not a good reason, well, as you all know, everything comes with a price. So it could well have been ill-gotten gains, but who knows? Maybe you will find out. But you walk up to the doors, cast wrought iron through solid oak doors on this beautifully marble and granite foundation of a building. At least the ground floor is solid, made of granite and marble. This place exudes wealth and affluence. For a moment, it's quite intimidating, because I don't think any of you really would be familiar with this sort of building, as it were. None of you have ever really come across affluent areas so far in Albion. But it is with a heavy knock, whoever wishes to knock.
Jess will knock because she has the letter.
Excellent.
Oh no. I don't like the
I was
sound of
about
that.
to
Excellent.
knock, but you know now.
Uh-oh.
I was about to knock because I have the charisma thing on.
As you give a loud, heavy knock with the knocker on the door, shaped with a lion's head, and the ring has what appears to be bat wings of sorts at the base of the handle where you swing it and grip it. Clonk. Heavy and loud and echoing behind those doors is the sound of the knock. And it takes maybe 3 minutes, possibly 4, waiting, before you finally hear the heavy bolts being drawn back from the inside of this door, one at a time. Clonk. 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 And then you hear a slight groan from the other side. Oh. And the door begins to swing inwards, slowly, groaning all the way. Hinges screeching out as though they haven't been oiled in nearly a century. But at the door stands a steward, dressed in what can only be described as James and Victoria's Cambridge of Tailors' finest three-piece suit, black, almost like a butler in his dress. He looks at you all, and then at what you're wearing. He then looks down at the satchel by your side, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
And then, are you holding the sealed letter out in your hand?
I am.
And he looks at that as well. And then he looks up at you all. Lord Whitestaff does not receive interruptions. He does, however, receive consequences. Which are you?
Well, I guess we're a consequence. We have a message for Lord Whitestaff and a delivery.
Huh. This the letter, I presume?
Yes.
May I take that off your hands?
No, you may not.
Any particular reason?
It's for Lord Whitestaff.
Very well, but at the very least allow me to identify the seal before I allow you in.
Jess will hold out the letter so the butler can see the seal.
Ah. Very well. That is a civil house seal. What you are carrying there is of quite importance. And might I also say it's also quite delayed. 3 weeks we've been expecting this letter.
We're just the messengers.
Very well. I guess your message is rather important. And quite frankly, I think this is quite rightly, as you stated, a consequence. So, please come in. I shall see you through to the receiving room, where you will wait patiently for Lord Whitestaff. As you refuse to hand me the letter, as is good on your due diligence, I have no other choice but to offer some hospitality. He leads you into the long hallway towards the receiving hall. And as you're looking around, you don't see servants rushing about. You don't hear anyone raising their voices. The walls, they're not lined with family portraits or anything like that. It's more lined with legal writs, shipping charters, and old civic contracts, framed and hung along the wall. No family portraits here, just the agreements, the seals and the framed obligations, and a silver-white staff hanging horizontally over the main staircase. Doesn't seem to be a decoration. And as he leads you on, there is underneath the grand staircase, which curves up on both sides to the upper landing on this floor. There is a door underneath that he opens and invites you all into. If you could wait in here, this is the receiving room. You should find that there is some literature if you wish to keep yourselves occupied. There are tables, chairs, and study implements, writing implements, and parchment, should you so choose. Do not know how long Lord Whitestaff will be, but I can promise you with this letter that you have, it probably won't be too long at all. In the meantime, and he looks up. Ah, Gerald, sir. Do be good. And make sure these guests are made comfortable. Fresh drinks might be in order. I'll be back. And the steward turns and walks away briefly.
I run an insight check on that. Was there any malicious way he said that?
Go ahead, roll your insight check.
I would also like to cast Detect Magic.
Very well.
11.
11 on your insight. You don't detect any malice. He appears to be probably one of the head stewards, or the head butler, as it were, in this place, in this household. And he just appears to be trying to do his job as efficiently as possible. And if anything, maybe a slight annoyance that his evening was interrupted from his usual schedule. But other than that, there's no malice. As for your detect magic, what are you trying to discover?
If there's anything that is like watching us in a 30-foot sphere, or like if there's any magic around that's kind of like either traps or around those lines, you know?
So, you're going to cast your detect magic. This happens, not a problem. What I do need from you is an Arcana check.
Does this have anything to do with fiends, fae, undead?
You don't know.
Enough. $13.
You don't detect anything.
Like the way you said that.
Can I make an Arcana check?
For what reason?
Has
Has he told you what he was doing?
me seeing Osiris casting a spell?
Mm-hmm.
I will actually tell what I'm actually searching for as well, because I do want him to also cast it.
Fair enough.
Whisper over to him and whisper, can you cast Detect Magic? I just want to see if there's anything around here.
Okay. You casting detect magic?
Yeah, I will.
I want you to roll me an Arcana check, please.
Gladly. Let's say 14.
You detect nothing.
Steve shakes his head as to say, no, I don't detect anything.
Osiris is kind of at ease now, which he shouldn't be, but still.
Detect magic, when you're casting it ritually, the way you just have, takes 10 minutes, correct?
Yeah.
So that would be in 20 minutes that's gone past. And just as you finish up, and say you can't detect anything. The door opens, and there before you stands Lord Whitestaff himself. Standing there with a cane of pale wood and a face that might suggest that patience is something he lends interest to, if the price is right. But he opens the door, and as he opens the door, he stops, and the steward comes in. You beat me here, sir. Apologies for not opening the door properly. And then he turns to you. Please, may I introduce you to Lord Whitestaff? Lord Whitestaff, please, may I introduce you to this group of guests? Please, can we get your names?
We really need to work on a name.
My name's Jess.
Mm-hmm.
Chris.
Yep.
My name is Steve.
And the tall, silent bodyguard at the back there.
Which one we're
Hired.
both tall?
Both of us.
Well, you're
We're both
both.
tall.
You both have the appearance of hired help for whatever this message delivery is.
At the back, there is Aspen and Cyrus.
Ah. Very well. You all look like you've been on a bit of a journey.
You're not wrong. We have a message for you. We also have a couple of deliveries.
Oh. Lord Whitestaff's eyes look up at you, Jess. Yes. Mr. Merritt here told me that you had a letter from the civil houses.
I don't know where it's from. We were just tasked with delivering it to you. And Jess will hand over the letter. And we also have something from a gentleman named Whitestaff.
Oh, Wickman.
Wickman, yes, him. I don't know who's got the package of gunpowder.
It's not gunpowder, and you don't know what it is, so let's retcon that a little bit, shall we?
Let's retcon that one. Black powder, wasn't it?
We don't know what it is.
We don't know what it is.
We don't know what it is, but who's got the package?
I will put it out on the table. I will put it out on the table. I have it.
Frantically
Sorry, I was
checking my
getting my food.
inventory.
I did not write it down in my inventory. I had it on a sheet.
Mm-hmm.
But
Lord Whitestaff looks up, seeing you, Osiris, laying it on the table. Ah, yes. That confirms everything. May I see the letter, please?
I've already handed it over.
Oh. He picks the letter up off the table. He picks the letter up off the table. And as he's holding it there, he looks at you all. Well, you passed Penn Willis. That means you're either expected, plausible, or lucky. And I dislike relying on the third.
We're definitely not lucky. Steve, haven't you got something else with the gentleman?
Oh yeah, I do.
He
Lord
looks.
Whitestaff.
He's looking at the letter. We'll get to that bottle in a minute. Pretend you haven't mentioned it yet. He looks at the letter. And he looks up at you all. This letter should have been received by me 3 weeks ago. That tells me something.
What does that tell you?
Not here. Please follow me. And he leads you all out of the receiving room. And as he's walking along these polished wooden floors in the corridors, up the flight of stairs, and into a room maybe a little bit further down, looks more like a study and a library. Shutting the door behind you, he walks over, sits down at the desk, puts it on the desk in front of him, and simply says, "This shipment was mine." And he opens the letter, pulls it out. This shipment was not for me necessarily, not for me personally, but it was under my authority, my account, my patronage, and legal protection. The shipment was diverted. Diverted by the Black Glass Writ for a civic emergency. That package that you have there, let me guess, Wickman told you it was a solid form of petroleum oil that could burn for a bit longer, yes?
You could say that.
Yes. Would you care to open it for me?
Uh-oh.
Don't worry, it's not going to explode, and it's not volatile, as you were told.
I'll open it.
And inside the package, you see a small vial, well, several small vials of extremely fine powdered black glass residue. Yes, that confirms my thoughts. Lord Merritt! The door opens from the other side. Yes, Lord Whitestaff. Please, would you be so kind as to bring 5 glasses? Is that right? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 glasses, please. I think we all need a small drink. As we discuss...
Lord Whitestaff.
Yes.
Sorry for the interruption, but as for the drinks, I thought you would like this. And Steve opens his satchel and takes out the bottle of Jack Daniels shakingly, as to really show that he is quite old. I think you might enjoy this.
Huh. Indeed I would. But... all I'm going to say, that is either an insult, a bribe, or an excellent memory from someone who really should know better. Let me guess. Taylors of Cambridge has put you on to this exquisite delicacy that cannot be found here on Albion.
Yes, I thought I would think you will enjoy it. Nothing more, nothing less.
Indeed, I would.
Chris is slightly holding back a snort from from calling it a delicacy.
Steve says this with so much pain.
Roll for emotional damage.
No, but I am going to ask for a deception check from you, Chris.
I see.
Uh-oh.
Can I try and give the help action by his stand?
Why that rolled with advantage, but an 8.
That was an 8, yes.
Oh no.
How are you going to try and assist Tom hiding this snort of a laugh?
I'm just gonna drop my coin purse. Like, my coin purse is at the back of my belt,
Mm-hmm.
and it just drops. And I just have my hands behind my back, and I just dropped.
Roll me a sleight of hand check to begin with, please.
Sure. Oh, I suck at this. Oh, I really suck at this.
Oh.
Lord Whitestaff sees you fumbling with the back of your belt. And to an extent, that in itself is enough to get his attention away from the snort that Chris gave. You can put your coin purse away, don't worry about that. No payments needed for any of this, and I'm sure James and Victoria have offered this as a gift, correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He takes the bottle, he looks at it. He doesn't drink it immediately, but he does unscrew the top, gives it a sniff. Don't have anything as strong as this here. Do need to work out how they made this one. And he puts the bottle to one side and under his desk. No, tonight I'm going to treat you all to a slightly finer whiskey from here. Londinium, brewed and distilled by none other than my members of staff here that maintain our brewery and distillery. Yes, I am one of the suppliers of the finest whiskies. None quite as harsh as that one. Mr. Jack, as it seems to be called. But either way, I think we have some 12-year-old whiskey on the shelf. Mr. Merritt, you've come just in time. 12 years, please. Thank you. And yes, glass for everyone. Mr. Merritt begins to pour a small amount of whiskey, not too much, into each of your glasses. And Lord Whitestaff's, where he takes it, he holds it up, checks it in the light, gives it a little shake, takes a good sniff of it, and then gently, but in one, drinks what was in the glass and puts it down before he continues, watching you all to see your reactions to the whiskey.
Jess will try not to wince in disgust.
Oddly enough, Jess, it's actually really smooth. Like, not like any of the whiskies that you've known before from Earth that have always made you reel somewhat. This is really, really smooth. Not too unpleasant either.
Well, it's better than Jack, that's for sure.
Poor Jack.
Everything's better than Jack.
Yes, but you see, Mr. Jack here, if I can work out what its recipe is. I have a feeling because it's a cheaper whiskey to make, I can sell it to the masses for a profit.
There goes capitalism.
He's this kind of guy.
You're not
Let's
wrong.
smell the whiskey.
Hmm. What was that word you just used? Capitalism? What does that mean?
This was out of character. No, this was out of character.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Explaining capitalism in D&D.
Sorry, there's not no capitalism, so he wouldn't know those words.
Fair enough. Yes. So, you've got my attention with the letter, with the package. That's just one part of the evidence that I like to see. My package was diverted for a civic emergency. And it was directed directly to St. Barrow's Annex, that civic recovery hospital, as they like to call it. Difference is, I know exactly what was in that package, and it's not the sort of thing that a recovery unit would need. So, what have you got to offer me? What brings you here, and why were you all picked to deliver me this small slice of evidence?
Our friend was taken. She's due to be transferred to St. Barrow's Annex for civic care.
I've got some bad news for you.
Oh, don't worry. The Tailors of Cambridge have already filled us in on the bad news. And the bad news for them is we intend to get her back. It's just a case of how. And obviously they seem to have something of yours as well. So maybe we could come to, I don't know, some sort of deal. You give us as much information as you can about this St. Barrow's Annex. We'll get our friends out and return your missing package.
Right.
Sorry, guys, I did that without you, but we want the same thing, right?
Yeah.
I will cast guidance on Jess, by the way.
Fair enough. You cast guidance on Jess.
Thank you very much.
Lord Whitestaff looks at you, Jess, as you're saying this. That's all very well. Moral clarity is useful. Problem is, evidence is what's actionable.
Oh, no, there's no moral clarity here. I understand that St. Barrow's Annex is a, how should we put it, correction facility. And the way they perform those corrections, well, let's just say I don't like it. Where I'm from, it's, how should we put this, more ethical. And this goes against everything I believe in.
I know all too well that what comes out of St. Barrow's Annex is not what went in. One of my top butlers and his very, very loyal, loving wife, who both lived here on my property, went missing one day. Found a transfer note saying that they were going to be shipped to St. Barrow's Annex in 3 days. And I got that note the same day. The bad news is your friend is already there. They don't hang around with people like that, especially if they find them useful. Who do you think it was that sent James and Victoria the messenger with the transfer note?
That glass writ.
No,
No?
it was me.
Then you already know about us.
I have an idea from the Wickman and the sentry in the smuggler's cavern, in the smuggler's tunnel, that you paid a rather handsome sum for the entrance. I'm honestly shocked that you didn't try to negotiate or haggle with him. I'm honestly very, very shocked that you bought that line, hook, line and sinker. And I'm also very, very shocked that you didn't see this coming. So thank you
Well-
for the 250 gold. That's paid back everything that Wickman owed me.
Well, given that we've given you some gold, don't you think you should help us out a little?
Oh, it's not a case of helping you out, is it?
Well, then tell us what we need to know.
How about this? You scratch my back, and I'll scratch yours. You wanted a deal? I'm happy to make a deal.
Well, we've already offered to get your package back from Simbara's annex, and I take it by package you mean a person of significance.
No, my shipment was genuinely diverted. But I can't be seen to be taking back my order of refined black glass now, can I? You see, there are certain forge masters in this town, in this city, in the third layer, that have developed a way of creating a privacy glass like filter into what looks like ordinary glass, creating a nice tint that you can see out, but people can't really see in. And I wanted it for my windows here in this household, and the shipment was diverted. Probably because of the vast quantity that I had ordered and ground and prepared for this endeavour.
Do you know what they want with all the black glass?
I have no idea, but I know it's something to do with some black glass cavern up in the mountains to the north. They're blaming the black glass on the current reductions in water levels from the streams and rivers that run into the Silver Lakes. And they want to use the black glass that's flowing freely down from the mountains now in order to try and track the source. And then they want to see if they can use it to create a weapon, and I must say, they almost succeeded once. That was about 3-4 weeks ago. And then there was some kind of disarray. Something happened in Ironstead, and all of a sudden, the original Crimson Cloak Syndicate that was running this town all disappeared, and then suddenly a new group sprung up called the Black Glass Writ. I have a feeling they're one and the same, personally. But How about this then? You tell me what it is that you're seeking, that you want, that you're looking to do. Give me all the details. And I can create an opportunity for you to get in, potentially.
I'll look to the rest of the party to see if they're going to give me the nod to go ahead.
Chris would slowly
Before we
nod.
make a deal,
I mean, okay.
we need to be sure this opportunity will get us what we need, and that we get our friend back. Promise that, and you'll have yourselves a deal.
Let's put it this way. I can't offer you an army. I can't offer you reinforcements. I can't offer you a key. I can't offer you anything of that nature. Nothing physical, nothing there. What I can do is, I believe I have enough sway, and with enough evidence, which you've just delivered to me, should be enough to launch an investigation. I can create a distraction. A political one.
Which gives us an opportunity to get in.
Yes. Because you see, what the guards at St. Barrow's Annex would be guarding would be their files and their paperwork and their ledgers because of stolen shipments, shipments going missing, being redirected, funds being misappropriated. What you've delivered with this letter, this small series of vials, and our friend Jack here is an opportunity to, how do we put it, audit the place.
So why are they taking people? What did they do?
I don't know what they do or what these people have allegedly done, but I do know that my two members of staff here, lovely as they were when they were returned to me as property, they were literally just that, treated as property. And they had been
Brainwashed.
Yes, I think that's a unfortunately suitable way of quoting it. Mind warped, brainwashed. You get the picture.
Jess
get the
looks
idea.
Jess looks visibly angry and upset.
All right. You get us this opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll get you what you need.
What I need is evidence. And lots of it.
Yeah, I assume an hour has passed by now.
It would have, yes.
Yeah, so Steve's disguise self has ended,
Mm-hmm.
and as he's shaking, as he's offering Whitestaff his hand to shake a deal, he reverts back to his usual self.
He doesn't look disturbed by this in the slightest. But what he does say is, they used my silence as consent by delaying and redirecting my packages, my letters, etc. They used my silence as consent, and I will not stand for this.
Then we'll get you the evidence you need.
We'll get you the evidence, but just so you know, Lord Whitestaff, if I can free some of those people, I will free those people along with my friend.
The people
Our
that
friend.
the people that you see in there may not be people anymore.
The ones that still have some sense of sanity in who they were.
If you find anyone, very well. Now, as I was saying, they've diverted my property and marked it under a civic necessity. Hid it in a recovery annex and assumed I would swallow the insult because the writ wear fear well. Merritt, Mr. Merritt, please go and fetch a map of Londinium, in particular the second and third rings, please. Yes, sir. Merritt disappears out the room.
As we are, working out this deal, can I use Arcane Recovery to get a second spell slot back?
Yes, I'll allow it.
Right. Thank you.
So, I can provide a distraction. And he looks around the room at all of you. You two. Chris, Aspen,
Mm.
you seem pretty quiet. What do you say about all of this that's going on?
I just want my friend back.
Yeah, I think we're all in it for the same thing by whatever means necessary.
Whatever means necessary. For you, it's brawn, isn't it? As he looks you up and down, Aspen.
Well, it's usually the easiest way to get what you want, so why not?
What are you willing to do to get your friend back, Chris?
Again, any means necessary, to be honest. I don't like being really violent, but this has crossed a bit of a line. And as much as I hate to say it, Lord Whitestaff, I don't particularly care about your cause, but we'll get you your stuff if it means that I'll get my friend back.
I don't care about my stuff. If I get my stuff back, then the evidence is lost. I don't want my stuff back. What I want is for those that have stolen from me to pay dearly for it.
Don't worry, they'll pay dearly for stealing our friend and for doing what they're doing to those poor people.
Yeah.
I have enough political sway with enough evidence here on this table alone to make St. Barrow's Annex cost more to them than it would be worth whatever it is that they are doing. I want them gone. Yes, purely for personal and financial reasons. That and a little bit more security around here would be nice.
And we can help with that.
Indeed you can. In fact, you already have by bringing me this evidence, as I said. I am going to make this cost them so much in audits and investigations and inspections, on-the-spot inspections, paperwork, etc., that the entire complex will be using their guards to guard the filing cabinets rather than their prisoners or people from helping their prisoners. I am going to make this cost them so dearly in a high court amongst those of various reigns of patronage and royalty here. I will make them pay so dearly that they will be shunned from the city and bankrupt in the process. Shall I tell you why?
Please enlighten us.
For far too long. Okay, the Black Glass Writ has only been around for a few weeks, 4 or 5 weeks or so, but for far too long, the Crimson Cloak Syndicate and the Black Glass Writ have been slowly but surely clawing their way into every nook and cranny in Londinium, and I am not happy with the way it's going, because only last week they started to ask for, what's the word they used? Contributions for protection?
Taxes.
That's the polite way of putting it. That's the way the people accept it. No, they weren't asking for taxes. They were asking for contributions for protection. Protection from who? Them?
Protection from them by the sounds of things. Don't pay them the money, then you're next to be carted off into this torturous place.
Precisely. You've got it in one.
Fortunately, I know the kind of people.
And how do you stop those kinds of people? Tell me.
Well, normally you cut it off at the head.
Yeah, unfortunately with this group, they're a bit like a hydra. Cut off one head and another 2 appear. And then they double down on what they were doing. Twice as fast.
Then you cut them all off.
Vastly superior network of underworld criminals, tunnels, smugglers, recruited brawn, hired mercenaries. No. Cutting their heads off and destroying their nest in that way would be too costly.
Costly for who?
For all involved, myself included, unfortunately, because who would be paying for that hired help and mercenaries to go in and storm the place to shut it down?
My question is, if they've been only active for 4 to 5 weeks and they've wreaked this much damage already, terrifying people, why haven't the people come together to take them down?
Because prior to this, they were sowing seeds as the Crimson Cloak Syndicate. They had been around for decades, slowly but surely worming their way in. And now, the Crimson Cloak Syndicate, after it got completely decimated in Ironstead, decided to go on a rebrand, basically. And now they're known as Black Glass Writ.
So it's the same everywhere, no matter where you go in the world, or where you go anywhere. It's the same. Sow seeds of distrust amongst everybody, turn one group against the other, make the other group like the out group to see that they're the bad people we're going to protect you from when they're the bad group themselves. Nothing ever changes. Ever.
Absolutely correct. And then when you do finally get rid of them, what happens? There's a vacuum. What do vacuums do? They suck it. All the crap in. What happens when you suck the crap in?
It all turns crap.
Precisely.
But then, if we get rid of the black glass, well, if you get rid of the black glass rits, if we get rid of most of the black glass rit, what's going to replace them then? It's only going to mean another group of tyrants is going to replace them.
I am not a tyrant. I'm just.
No, I don't mean you. I mean, you replace the black glass, you get rid of the black glass rit. What's going to replace the black glass rit? Another group.
You misunderstand how I intend to fight this one. I don't intend on getting rid of them entirely. They have their uses. Don't get me wrong. However, there are certain aspects which I think have gone too far, including the theft of my property.
Not the torture of people, innocent people.
Oh no, that too.
I was going to say, so the property was the final straw, not the kidnapping of innocent civilians and brainwashing them, torturing them to become mindless drones. Fair enough.
No, I was very, very upset about losing my head staff. But at the same time, I'm not too worried, because I know that they were trained, especially so. And he looks up at you, Osiris, as he says that. Tell me, you're tied up, under interrogation, being beaten to a pulp. Would you tell the truth? Or would you lie? Or deny? You got the look of a sailor about you.
Deny as much as I can.
Roll a deception check.
That is the truth.
I still want you to roll me a deception check, though.
Fair enough.
It's a check, not a save.
Hold on. Wait, let me get the. Oh, an hour has passed, so the thing's gone.
Mm-hmm.
But I can guidance myself.
You can if you wish.
I wish to guidance myself. I definitely wish to guidance myself. Come on, do you want 12? Sure.
12. He looks at you. I don't doubt you would deny everything for as long as you could. But under an intense interrogation, threat of lobotomy, being whipped to within an inch of your life, I reckon you wouldn't last more than 12 hours.
Could we maybe
We'll just have
stop
to see.
talking about all of the torture that's like maybe happening to our friend right now? I really don't want to listen to it, to be honest.
Oh, trust me, your friend will be perfectly safe. At least for a little while longer. She has, according to the transfer note, from what I've managed to gather, certain divine tendencies. Hence why they've labelled her as useful. No, they're going to want to study her magic first in a controlled environment, find out what she's truly capable of, and then see if they can put it to any use or not.
How that doesn't really help me.
You mean they're going to try and turn her against us?
Precisely.
And the way they're going to do it, I assume if she's useful and they're not going to torture her, they're going to do the complete opposite. Love bombing, and make her feel useful, make her feel she hates this world. They're going to make her feel that, we're holding her back. She can be more.
She won't fall for that.
I don't know.
I do.
Seems like you've got someone of a mind mapper in your party. Tell me,
No.
Jess,
Yes.
what did you do before?
I'm a psychologist well, I take it you already know we're not from this world. The world I come from, I'm a psychologist. I work with people who are experiencing severe mental ill health and try to, I guess, help them, but not the way the Black Glass Writ help them with therapies and talking through past traumas and medication. And
Ah,
we
no,
haven't.
I was
No.
not aware that you
Oops.
were not from this world, but that is some very interesting information. Let me ask you, is Aura of the same?
Yes.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know.
He pulls
Been
out
bottled.
the bottle of Jack from under the desk, undoes the top, gives it another sniff. That'll explain why I can't recognize what this is made with.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. I think is it rye? I think it's rye.
Rye. Rye? What is rye?
I
It's like
wouldn't worry about it. It's just stuff
it's a
on the different
grain.
plants. It doesn't matter.
Oh no, it's barley and rye and a little bit of corn.
Well, barley I am aware of, but rye I've never heard of before.
It's some kind of grain. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't
Mm.
Oh
overthink things.
no!
I wouldn't overthink things, and I also think that we're not going to give you any more information. And Chris looks pointedly at Jess.
And
Sorry.
Steve whispers, for a psychologist, you do talk a lot. Damn.
That's a part of the job, right?
Yeah, it's part of the job.
Just look at
I spend my
Aspen like,
life
is
talking
this
to
okay?
patients.
It's around about this time that Merritt comes back. Ah, Mr. Merritt. Do you have the maps? Yes, sir. And he lays them down on the table and takes a stand back. Oh, and your pins for the maps, sir. Thank you. He looks at you all, and as he's looking at you, he takes one red pin and puts it directly on the wall between the second and third tiers of Londinium, on what appears to be a small chapel on the map. That is St. Barrow's Annex. Near the old vestry streets. Officially, it's a protected site, and it has official protection. It also has some underground intake rooms, and as you're well aware, transfers tend to happen around the third bell, the third night bell. What they don't tell you, and what the documents don't state, is that by the time those transfer notes get back to civic houses for authorization, they've already moved them there. Hence why 3 days is normally a good sign saying that they've already been taken. All that transfer notice is just for the rubber stamp. It also gives them a 3-day window to make people disappear, should they choose to.
DM, how long's it been since Aura was taken? It's 2 nights, isn't it? I think
It was 2 nights, yes.
2 nights. Okay.
So, the only thing I can tell you here now is those that have a status can sometimes, more often than not, be retrieved for a price. They're the valuable ones that they don't want to mess up. But those that don't have status or use tend to vanish quickly. Now, as I said, I will create a political distraction for you. Because I want this place shut down as much as you do. However, part of that is that I am going to need you to acquire some evidence for me. No, you will not have to retrieve it. My auditors can do that. They will be there. I will make sure of that. I have what I need to launch that investigation. Now, your job, apart from getting your friend, will be to make sure that that red ledger gets out of St. Barrow's annex when it is slipped to you by one of my auditors, who will be dressed as one of them and their guards. It's also going to be the only way that you're going to be able to get your friend out. The fact that he's already on the inside, has already located the red ledger and knows of its whereabouts, I can get him prepared and make sure that he acquires it.
How will we know what he looks like if we have trouble from other guards? We don't want to accidentally attack him.
You shouldn't need to worry too much about that. It's, luckily enough, going to be his rotation on the cells, I've been informed. He keeps in touch with me. Whether they're the cells that your friend is at or not is a different matter. But he assures me that it would be. Apparently they only have one long set of cells down on the underground floor, where they take people. It's not too pleasant, I'm afraid. He will locate the red ledger. He will pass it into the cell where your friend sits currently. And when you rescue her, you will walk out with the red ledger, and you will bring it back to the tailors of Cambridge, where it will be collected by one of our messengers and brought back to me. That will be all the evidence I need to ensure that this place gets shut down permanently. And of course, the audits, the investigations, the paperwork, the filings, all of that stuff. It's going to run for days and days and days and days until it costs more to keep our auditors in check by their guards than it does the prisoners. Until it becomes unviable for them to continue running the place. Of course, you know what the other thing is. With official investigators in there, checking through all the files and everything else, no one, and this will be what you want to hear, no one is going to get tortured. Now, I have spoken quite a bit here. My voice is a little bit hoarse. So what do you think?
I think it's our only option at this stage in time to get Aura back.
Let's
What do you
Best
think?
option.
Yes, what did you say, Osiris?
I didn't say anything.
That
Oh,
was me.
what did you
That was
say,
Steve.
Steve?
That it will be our best option.
And what does the brawn say? As he looks over at you, Aspen.
Hello?
What do you
Hello?
think?
Oh, can you hear me now? Sorry,
Yes.
I think my
Yes.
cable fell out of my mic. I don't know how it did that. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, again, it's our best option. If it's the way that we have to go, it's the way we have to go. We're getting Aura back anyway. We'll do whatever we need to.
One thing that I can say, and this should hopefully put your mind at ease, Chris, your friend is not yet lost. They would like to convert her from being a person to becoming an asset. Because she is dangerous to them, and because she is dangerous to them, she is useful. Not because she's violent, but because of her abilities. And if there's one thing that I know, anyone that has the touch of the divine upon them is always going to be a person of interest to the Black Glass Rite.
It makes me feel better.
I don't believe you when you say that, but I hope you believe it in yourself.
Chris said it with every ounce of sarcasm.
Right, Mr. Merritt. And Mr. Merritt comes back into the room. Yes, sir. He pulls out a quill and an inkwell and a piece of parchment, and he begins to write. And then he closes it up after a couple of minutes and puts a wax seal stamp on it. Make sure that this gets to the Civic House immediately. Make sure it is addressed to the correct team member only. Once they receive this, we can start an immediate investigation. It's just an immediate challenge for the diverted shipment. But it'll be enough to start demanding an accounting and paperwork from St. Barrow's Annex. I believe it's Captain Sorrell that is in charge of St. Barrow's Annex at this current time. So at the very least, it will have him summoned and or delayed somewhat in whatever he's doing. So that should get him nicely out of the way. It's also going to force the entirety of the annex to move all their records upstairs and create a window for you where the guards are going to be too busy protecting paperwork instead of the prisoners. And that is where you need to get in and get out quietly. I, myself, cannot storm the annex. If I do, well, the Rittle become martyrs of civic order. And though I can't make them storm, though I can't storm the annex and just get rid of them like that, I can make them count spoons whilst you look for your friends. Now, with that information, I bid you to take these maps with you, study them, and work out your plan. You need to be in and out of St. Barrow's Annex tomorrow night by the third bell. The investigation and the auditing will be starting at about 6 a.m. So you don't need to worry about your friend. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
As you leave, Mr. Merritt sees you out of Lord Whitestaff's house. And he says one or two last words to you. Lord Whitestaff does have this sort of power. But it is limited to an extent. My advice is take care and choose your entrance and your goals with this wisely. If you start kicking up a storm whilst this audit is going on, I promise you, it's not going to be pretty. Now, I have a message to deliver. Good night. And as he sees you out, he also steps out himself, turns and closes the door behind him, and starts walking at a very, very fast pace away from the property. What are you all doing?
Start to walk and talk, I guess.
Yeah.
Walk and talk.
I need to go back towards the Tailors of Cambridge and have a look at these maps, see where we can get in.
Do we even have a place to stay here? We have to go back to Mara's to sleep.
Tales of Cambridge, probably.
Do you think they're gonna put us up?
Tailors of
I feel
Cambridge
like-
will not put you up.
Yeah, no, we need to get it
Wow,
in.
that's so
Yeah.
rude.
Then I guess we find an inn.
I feel like
Okay.
on the way, Steve would study the map a little.
Fair enough. Although roads are smooth as you're walking around and as a group trying to find somewhere to stay for the night. It's not too long before you come across a couple of possible options. One. Sorry, go on.
Oh, I was about to say Steve would use one of his own books to, hide the fact that he has like a map of what's considered to be a mental institute that he doesn't want anyone to read.
Fair enough.
That's not suspicious. What?
No, not at all. That's why I'm using one of my own books to like cover it up a little.
I'm sure it's just fine.
Hey, Steve likes to be careful here. I'm not taking any chances.
Fair enough. So, it takes maybe half hour or so of walking before you come across a couple of options. There's one that looks to be fairly high class. Well, for Londinium and for what you're used to in terms of inns, especially you, Osiris. This one looks to be nice and clean. And the Anchor's Way is its name. Looking in, you see a couple of patrons, but they seem to be of slightly better nobility, considering the area that you're in. And rather than downing pints of ale, although some of the men in there are, they tend to be sipping finer whiskies and other drinks of varying colours. It's what you lot would consider to be a fancy wine bar from Earth.
This place looks nice, right, guys?
I think
Do
that
we
it's a
even
bit
have the
out of our-
gold?
I
How much gold do we actually have? Like, all right, let's everyone huddle up outside quickly. Let's actually put together how much gold we have for a second. I got 13 gold in my pocket.
I've got
Bear with me. I can't get back into my thing
I've got,
shut.
wait, can I be reminded of what the conversion rate was from?
Hang on. It is so £20 is 1 gold, £10 is 2 silver.
No.
I think. No. I wrote it down. 1 second.
How much gold is it to stay in the inn?
Looking around, you see that there is a bartender there.
We haven't gone in yet. We're huddling up outside.
Oh, we haven't gone in it. Okay.
Yeah, no, we're just sitting outside quickly debating how much gold we have as a group.
Well,
But
I got
£50 was a platinum piece. £50 note. £20 note was a gold piece. And a £10 note was a silver piece. And then you had the £5 notes, which were Electrum. No, it was the other way round, isn't it? Because 1 Electrum is 5 silver. £10 is 1 Electrum. £5 note is a silver.
Right.
That was how it converted in this
And
world.
so that means a copper is what, £2?
Copper is any coin that you would have had from Earth
Yeah.
that was in your wallets or purses.
Well,
I
if
have
we're talking,
I have 7 gold and 1 electrum.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 22 gold.
Oh, okay.
Look at you, Mr. Moneybags.
In's on Steve.
Where everyone's gonna sum up.
Do I have a choice in the matter?
I got
Apparently
13
Depends how
gold,
much
but
it
I'll
costs.
support you.
I've got like Jesus, and they're kind of sifting through like their wallet, and they're just kind of looking through and just like about 200 wait 20 £280.
200 copper.
200 electrum pieces.
Wait, hold on. Am I getting this right? So a £20 note is
1 gold.
1 gold.
1 gold. 50
So
is £50 is a platinum.
So I've got like £280 and a and a coin.
Hang on.
250. 4 platinum and
14.
no, sorry, 5
They
platinum.
can't be bothered to count it all out in
250
gold.
pounds.
Guys, I've got 14 gold and 1 copper.
There you go.
Okay.
But Chris says it in pounds.
Yep.
Wait.
So
Okay.
280 pounds and 1 coin.
Oh, so you put all into gold. Okay, fair.
It is all in gold at the moment.
well, if it's in your
Because
wallet,
that's what I have in my inventory.
yeah. But if it's in your wallet, it's technically notes at this point in time.
Yeah. That's why they said 280 pounds.
Uh-huh. So, with that in mind, what are you doing? Are you going in?
I'll go ask the bartender how much is a room.
Why, hello there, good sir. You look like you're here for, well, not the wine tasting.
Rooms.
Yes. You're looking for a room. Very
Sorry,
well.
not a room. Hold on, and he said counting. How many do we have? Me. We might have to double up,
6.
guys. 6.
Hmm. 6 of you. Well,
Oh, there's like 2 rooms, maybe 3.
our rooms that we have can house 2 people at most. You'd need 3 rooms if you all want your own private rooms, which will amount to, I would say, about 6 gold. It's about 2 gold a room. The alternative,
6 gold. Yeah.
the alternative is the shared dormitory, of which will cost you 5 silver each for a bed.
I think we'll take the rooms. I'll put down 6 gold.
Oh, I do say. Now you've caught my attention. Well, should we get you a complimentary drink on the house? What would it be?
Please. Rum. Strong rum.
Rum.
Yes.
So, dark rum, spiced rum, or white rum? What's your preference?
Dark.
You like exotic?
Mm-hmm. Dark with spice is always good.
Hmm.
I'm in the mood for some dark.
And she pours you a glass of dark rum.
I'm drinking heavily.
What would the rest of you like?
Do you have any mead?
Mead? We do. We have black honey meadery,
Mm-hmm.
or we also have the northern meadery. Which would you prefer? The black honey meadery has a more smoky flavour to it.
Do you have anything that's more fruity?
That would be the northern meadery. And
I'll take the northern then.
she pours you a glass of mead and hands it over. Anyone else for a drink?
I'll also take some northern meadery mead, please.
And as the rest of you order your drinks, Chris, Aspen, Steve, any drinks?
Yeah, I took the mead.
If there's wine going, I'll take wine.
Barbarian with taste.
She's a bougie queen.
Sophisticated barbarian going on here. Unheard of.
Muscles with a tiny wine glass in her hand.
Yeah.
Yes. One
The
wage and it's 200 gold.
the lady behind the bar looks at you. Dry or fruity?
Fruity.
Without blinking or looking away from you, she reaches up and grabs a bottle off of around about the middle shelf, pulls it down. Perfect. And she pours you a glass of wine after letting it breathe. Pours a small drop in there, passes it. Was that one to your liking?
I guess so. I think that'll do. Thank you.
As you take the glass and sort of sniff it and smell it, and maybe have that taste of it, it's got a strange yet familiar taste, like almost like a white Zinfandel.
I'm sure Aspen knows what that is, but that is going right over Jamie's head. I
It's a rosé.
do not drink.
It's like a rosé wine, basically.
A very light
Sick.
rosé wine that's got a slightly fruity texture and taste to it.
Sounds good.
She pours you the rest of it into the glass and passes the glass over. Puts the cork back on, puts it back up on the shelf. And you, young sir, Chris, what would you like to drink?
Just the same as my friend over there. Dark rum.
And she pours you a dark rum. You notice that whilst all of this is going on, Aspen, she has not taken her eyes off you.
Can I like subtly, not so subtly? I want to like emphasize the fact I'm holding the wine glass with my left hand.
Mhm.
Aspen is wearing a wedding ring, so subtly, not subtly, try to be like, please.
She nods. She just nods.
I'm just gonna quietly drink my wine.
Tell you what, it's been a long time since I've seen a lass of your stature come through. She pulls down the bottle of the rest. Enjoy it. Before
you.
turning away and serving other customers at the bar. You find yourself a nice little table and sit down and start enjoying your drinks. And about 10 minutes later, she comes round with the keys to the 3 rooms that you've requested. Would you like any more drinks?
I'm good for now, thank you.
You know what? Yeah, no, can't get too wasted. Not
I
yet.
have a whole bottle of wine, so if anyone wants one, you know,
I'll take
feel
another
free.
glass.
So, how much is a whole bottle of rum?
That'll set you back 5 silver.
Oh, come. Cool. I'll take the bottle of rum. Come.
She walks behind the bar and pulls down the bottle.
Alright,
brings
hold on,
it
let me
back
quickly
round,
get 5.
puts it on the table.
Alright, I'll put up the 5 silver and I'll just happily start pouring myself more. Chris, do you want some too? Chris?
Oh dear.
Oh, is Chris in the audience? No,
Chris
Chris is
has
gone.
a migraine, so has dipped.
Right.
Drop. Chris will get more.
Screw it. They're not here to defend
No.
themselves.
Nope, more drink then.
Fair enough.
We'll get Chris drunk in their absence. It's fine.
Absolutely. So, it's about 20 minutes after that you've got your bottles of rum and your bottle of wine and you're drinking, feeling a little bit merry. Nothing serious. You're not too drunk. Maybe some of you might be on the cusp of tipsy at this point. And then the door opens and in walks someone that you are all very familiar with at this point. Captain Sorrel. And behind him is that same lackey that was following him around when he entered the Tailors of Cambridge. Get the drinks. I'm going to take a seat here, I think. And as he says that, rather loudly, he's looking around the room and he sees you all. In fact, get another bottle of rum. And then he turns and walks over, pulls up a stool, and sits opposite all of you at this table. Well, what a coincidence it is seeing you all here.
You
Not
could say
often I
that.
run into the same people twice.
Well, I mean, it's a pretty big city, so who knows, right?
Well, good news is I'm only here for a quick drink, but I thought I'd be polite and introduce myself properly. I'm sure your errands were dealt with, yes? You know, the little private commission that you all had with James and Victoria of Cambridge.
Well, we're wearing it right now, actually.
I can see, and I must admit it does fit you quite finely.
Why, thank you.
They are a wonderful tailors, aren't they?
Exceptional.
Yep.
Are you staying here tonight? It's a nice little establishment. Oh, don't be shy.
It's not really much concern. We're just having a drink.
No, you're right. It's not much of my concern at all, but it's just good to know where the strangers in the city are staying, so that if there's any trouble, we can be aware of where they are, so we know whether to protect them.
Well, don't you worry, we're not here to cause trouble.
Oh, no. Everyone says that, and no one intentionally means to cause any trouble. Besides, all it takes is a couple of bottles of rum, and he says that as 2 bottles of rum appear and are sat upon the table. Captain Sorrel sits up in his chair and pushes one bottle over towards you. And he cracks open the other. Yeah, it's been a little while since I've had some good rum. And he pours himself a small glass and starts drinking it. Do enjoy yourselves on that bottle. This one's on us. You are,
Much
after all,
appreciated.
guests in this town, aren't you? I must say, though, we got a very interesting capture earlier. We found a owl, and someone shot it down. It was on its way back from somewhere.
Do you not get many owls in the area?
Not in the city, no. Maybe out in the forests, but in the city is a bit odd. And it didn't have a tag, a ring around its leg. So it was a wild one, but it had a message on it. Thought you might be interested in retrieving your message, as he looks directly at you, Steve.
Well, that depends.
He passes you an envelope. And as you look at the envelope, you can see that the seal on it has been ripped open, unmistakably from the Azure Watch.
Yes, Steve takes the letter.
You see a smile on Captain Sorrell's face as you take it. So you admit it's yours. Just know there won't be any words of advice in that letter. And he stands up slowly, leaves the bottles of rum on the table, turns and marches out of the establishment, dragging his little lackey with him.
Who's a
Well,
leave prick?
he is. Also, I can't believe they shut down. And
Well, this
Sure.
sucks.
Doesn't surprise me with these people. What does the letter say?
yeah,
They
Steve
probably
opens.
messed it.
Yeah, Steve opens the letter.
You open the letter and you see that what is in that envelope is just a piece of paper with the words scrawled across it saying, "You will never know what they said."
Well, damn. So they've intercepted the letter and stolen it. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Little power-hungry egomaniacs. Wow.
And with that, what are you all doing?
Steve orders another bottle. He's pissed.
I think we should start heading up to the room. We need to actually make. We need to discuss our endeavor.
Oh yeah.
Let's take another bottle up. We'll take. Joe, I don't even trust the bottles that dude just bought. To be honest, I'm taking my bottle. If you lot want to take that other bottle of rum,
I'm
feel
good.
free.
Considering what happened last time we tried to stay in an inn, there's no way. If we're all separated in separate rooms, how are we going to protect ourselves? You can only protect the one room, correct?
No, I can just set I can set an alarm and it will ping every one of us.
That's something then.
How wide can you make that alarm?
Let me check actually as Steve opens up his spellbook. I can make it as big as a 20-foot cube.
Yeah, you
Cool.
would.
Oh,
There's literally one room at most.
And what if I were to put it in the hallway between our rooms?
Then it's probably going to get triggered by
a lot.
various people that may be in the dorms, in the dorm rooms.
Hmm.
So, with that
I
being said,
could get a unseen servant to take watch.
Oh, that's actually a good idea. We could also just take watches.
fair enough. If you're going to head up to the rooms and take watches, we'll say that that goes relatively without a hitch throughout the course of the night for the
I'll also,
sake of brevity.
I'll also cast unseen servant as a ritual.
Fair enough. So with your unseen servant cast and you all heading up to your rooms for what you hope is a night's rest, what are you all discussing?
I think we should all go into one. Sorry.
Go. No. Go ahead.
I think we should all go into one room and have a look at those maps and make a plan. We've only got till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's funnel into someone's room. What?
The rooms are
God.
tight and cramped. Double bunk beds basically in each of these three rooms. And you've got barely enough room to move about comfortably. Just about enough room. So it's very, very tight with all of you in one room.
I should have just gotten the dormitory. I should have just gotten the dormitory, to be honest.
Oh, I don't know if other people were going to be in there, but you know what?
Too
Here we
late
go.
now.
Yep.
I just say I hate this world now. I hate it. And if I ever somehow get back to where we're from, I am never ever playing Dice and Destiny ever again.
Roll me a. Oh, I need you, Osiris, to roll me a history or religion check if you're proficient.
I have a high history, but I'm not proficient. I have high history, high religion, but I'm not proficient either.
In that case, then I'll allow you to roll one or the other. You just won't get the advantage.
Oh no, this probably has nothing to do with Hunter's Bane. So, you know what? History!
That's one.
You know what? I'm going to leave. You know what? I don't want to play anymore. I refuse. That
Nope.
was a 6.
On a 6, the words of Dice and Destiny being used in a sentence of playing a game comes across a bit discorded, but you can't put your finger on why.
I did hear that one Dragonborn talk about a Dice of Destiny thing before, but
Mm.
about all I know.
Yep. Unfortunately, that's all you know. So-
What is it? Hmm. Well, it's not so bad. It's only this place. I could show you like 10 different places that are way better.
I mean, you know where we're from, Osiris. Basically, you look confused. Dice and Destiny's kind of a game where we're from. Like, you know, you
Hmm.
create characters and yeah, the DM or the games master, the person in charge of the game, which was Chris in that instant, they concoct a story, and with our characters, we go along with the story. We were ripped into the game. We were playing Dice and Destiny when we got here. Hence why I never ever want to play Dice and Destiny again if I get back. Because who knows? Who knows? I could get ripped into this world again. And just as I was starting to like it.
Larry starts having a mental crisis, by the way. Am I in a game? Am I? Am I real?
Well,
Staring right into the camera.
Staring blankly at the audience while they're eating their food.
Breaking the fourth wall. I don't know. Am I the only one here that feels that way? Are you going to carry on playing Dice and Destiny when you get back? And she looks at Chris and Aspen and Steve.
This might be enough for the rest of my life, to be honest. I don't know if I've got any more game left in me.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I'm not quite sure, to be fair.
Seriously? So if you get home, you'd play Dice and Destiny again and risk being whisked off to this world again.
Hey, what can I say? I'm a sucker for fantasy.
No, you just like the fact you have magic now.
I mean, it's a. Yeah, fine, okay.
I mean, fair. At least I can, you know, stab people and get away with it in this world. Believe me, there's been so many people I've wanted to harm and deserved harm, but you know, it's illegal where we're from.
I mean,
That's besides the point.
I mean, technically, it still is. It's just less frowned
it's illegal
upon.
here.
It's less frowned upon here, especially if it's in self-defense.
True.
I mean, at least you can opt for a non-lethal damage. Pretty sure anything I do with a spell, and you know, I think it's gonna be lethal. That's for sure.
I mean, it's pretty much lethal in our world, but yeah, this world, you could stab someone, non-lethal damage, get your anger out, and they survive.
I was talking about my magic.
This is a good question, though. I'd like to quickly bring up. If we get stopped by anyone in there, how do you guys feel about killing?
Oh, believe me, I'm happy to kill every last son of a bitch in that place.
Same here.
Okay, two of you are already good on my amazing races. Aspen?
I'm so sorry, I completely missed that for whatever reason. What?
How do we feel about killing? How do we feel about killing anyone in that place?
I mean, if they deserve it.
They're
I have
torturing
a
and brainwashing
sword.
people.
Like all
Oh,
the
in
staff.
there. No. Sorry, I thought you meant us killing people. I was like,
Us,
I mean,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
no,
us killing
we
people in the Barrows Annex.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry, my brain is not working. Yeah. Mow through them all.
Yeah, but we've
Okay.
been told by Lord Whitestaff, whatever
What does
his
he
name
know?
was,
What does he know?
we need to get in and
He
out
knows a lot.
peacefully.
Well, if people get in our way, we might as well just like take a couple out.
I mean, you're not wrong.
They've done some awful
Let's-
stuff. Who's to say they didn't trip and fall on a sword, you know? Like,
Okay, if you really we're doing this, so we need to actually come up with a plan for if we do get stopped. All love the killing, and we're probably going to kill a lot of people in there, but it needs to be killing, not reckless killing. It needs to be controlled,
It needs to
and
be controlled
Yeah.
and fun.
because we want this entire operation, because that's another thorn out of this entire world's side.
Oh yeah,
Gone.
but then, well, like what Lord Whitestaff said, they'll just fill the vacuum with another load of evil bastards, and they're useful apparently.
Oh, I wouldn't mind killing him, to be honest. I'm just
I mean-
gonna say it outright.
I mean, of all the people we've met other than Elizabeth, he's the one I wanted to kill less.
Oh my god, wait, I won't get my money now because they shot down your bird. They robbed my money. Robbed my 50 gold.
Yep.
What's that?
Oh yeah, no, this is personal. This is hella personal. It
Just
wasn't personal
everyone
already.
here. Everyone
You
in
know
this
what's-
file, apart from you and a few others we've met, are all complete and utter assholes.
Speaking about personal, I'm gonna find a fucker who shot down Barnaby.
You know what, I think it was the captain, to be honest. He looks like the type of person to shoot down birds.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I don't like that guy.
Oh, I don't like any of the people there. I just want to go back out on the sea.
The thing we need to remember is they have the message from my instead.
Yeah.
Goodness knows
could-
what they've read. We could be in
Well-
some serious shit and have. Well, we've already got targets on our back. We could have even more targets on our back.
It's going to be bad because, one, I asked for my money. That's not the greatest deal, but we asked for reinforcements for information towards the Black Writ.
They're
And that we're in
definitely going
serious
after
trouble.
us now.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we are serious targets.
I think this Captain Sorrel may be part of the Black Glass Writ, which
Oh,
makes
he
things
is.
even worse.
You know
Oh,
he
100%.
is.
Yeah.
He made that fairly obvious when he came into James and Victoria's tailor shop.
Oh yeah, we're
Appreciate
screwed.
you calling us.
We're completely screwed.
Actually, I'm going to cast Detect Magic just in case if there's something around us right now listening.
As you cast Detect Magic and spend the 10 minutes doing so.
Oh no, I'm not doing 10 minutes. I'm just
Oh.
straight up using a spell slot.
Right, okay, fair enough. As you cast Detect Magic, using a spell slot, what level?
I only have first.
Only at first level. Okay.
I'm only a level 1 artificer.
I need you to roll me an Arcana check then.
Guidance.
Fair.
Please don't. Please don't. Okay. Please be a 4. A 4. Like, it would be so kind of you, game. Honestly, do you
No.
know what? Politely. Suffer.
Hey,
Apart from the few magical items and the little bit of resonance that you get from the obsidian sword hilt, nothing.
someone's taken my bad luck with dice rolls.
Oh, Cyrus is more relaxed now. He's not.
I would also, I know that we're obviously already into this anyway, but I would just like to know, I'm taking up almost a position. I know that obviously the room's quite small anyway, so we're probably all right near the door regardless.
Mhm.
But I'd like to almost take up a post near the door, like in quote marks, as much of a post as you can get kind of in a box
Yeah.
room, but you know.
I've got you.
There
That's
we go.
absolutely fine. There is, but it's shut.
Look out the window.
As you look out the window, you see the usual sort of things that you'd see late at night. A couple of people stumbling home. and Black Glass Patrol, two of them walking side by side in their smartened up uniforms for the inner city, just walking past on their regular patrol. Otherwise, nothing untoward.
I know the room is cramped, but should I resummon Barnaby while we're talking?
Now, there's a question for the DM. It's entirely up to you if you wish to resummon Barnaby.
I mean, I have Find Familiar prepared. Yeah, I'm going to cast Find Familiar while we're talking.
Okay, as you cast Find Familiar, 1 second. As you summon and cast Find Familiar, you bring Barnaby into the room, and he appears literally on your lap because there's pretty much nowhere else for him to come to really sort of appear at this point. What are you doing?
I profusely apologize for him getting shut down.
He looks over at you and telepathically you just hear, that hurt.
I can imagine, buddy. And Steve tries to comfort him by, scratching under his beak.
Mm-hmm. He accepts it.
Wait, can you ask Barnaby if Barnaby seen what was inside the letter?
Barnaby, I've got a question.
Mm.
Did you see the contents of the letter you were flying with?
There's just a discord of no, he didn't see it. That comes
No,
from
Barnaby
him.
didn't. Barnaby didn't see the contents of the letter.
Well, balls. Now we won't know if they actually. They're just gonna Mars is gonna have a random 5 dudes appear at her front door one of these days.
Don't you, Cyrus? Don't you have any way to contact them since you were, part of the or part of what's Jesus Christ, part of the organization?
I was more of a contractor, but I mean, do I know of any way Ironset does contact with people outside? Some of their people outside.
Normally it's by messenger.
Almost by messenger. Oh yeah, no, that's just not happening. It's just not happening. No, there is no way for me to magically do it at all or non-magically do it at all without them intercepting. I do not have the magical capabilities of that, nor do I trust any courier or now flying animal that could get us a message across.
The important thing to remember is he was shot down on the way back.
Yeah.
We could attach
So
a
why
ring.
don't we set a trap for them? Or we've got Wickhand. Wickhand has a lot of underground runners. Maybe they can go to the outskirts of town, intercept the message, and bring it back. They owe us a favour after we delivered the package to Lord Whitestaff.
We could. We could go quickly back. How late is it right now?
Right now, I'd say it's about 10ish at night. You're definitely hearing the 4th bell of the night from the church spires.
I don't think if we went tonight, anyone would be there. Maybe, maybe not.
Then we should do it tomorrow before we rescue Aura.
Tomorrow at 6 a.m.
And it's there I'm going to cut over to another scene. Aura is laying bound with her hands individually cuffed. She's still free to roam, but she wakes up with her head and shoulders on cold stone. She gets up and she stretches. Several times she attempts to pray, but cannot. And any sense of feeling the divine seems to have gone from her abilities as a cleric, as someone in touch with Shantae. Occasionally she manages to catch a glimpse of a root or something under the ground. But in her mind it feels rotten. Like she doesn't want to reach out to it. Because it's filled with blight or something. She doesn't know, but she can't cure it. She can't do anything about it. She wanders over, stretching her legs to the bars, and offers some words of comfort to some of the neighbouring prisoners. Before a guard comes by, rattling his sabre against the bars of the cells. Sharp call, calling out, "Calm down, calm down. Go back to sleep." As it stops in front of Aura's cell. Hand reaches in, but Aura steps back to avoid it, and the hand is withdrawn. "Come here." She doesn't. The guard slips something red through the grills. And wanders off, with only a couple of words being spoken. "I won't be here tomorrow. Keep on your guard." And just as he finishes saying that, he takes a couple of steps back, turns, begins to walk away as 2 other guards come in to the cells and slice his throat in front of the prisoners and Aura. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
How dare you?
Thank you everyone for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. And next session, will they be able to rescue their friend?
I hope so.
Hell
Better
yes.
or else.